disgusting fan base trash their organization. It's because of the fans! It's because of the fans, man!
Let's get it going!
What is going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Ravi&Ray podcast, dude. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting us, man. We love you guys. Ravi, what do we got today? Your mute's muted.
I apologize about that. Already starting off like that. We're starting off with some heat, though, man. Even though my mic was muted, does not mean that we are starting with some heat, Ray. We're going to talk about UFC. We're going to break down fights that we're really excited for and go from there. Then we'll get into Russell Wilson. And then finally, we'll see how badly I'm beating you on the picks. So you can start wearing this Tom Brady jersey I wore for you right here today, right? But you know what, man? Let's start it off with some UFC. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to put this loser on the screen. We're going to 2023 champions heading into 2024. Ray, I got to hear it from you before we get into this, before we say which fights we're excited for. Which champion are you most impressed by this year?
By this year? Look, I got to be honest with you, man. I'm extremely, extremely impressed with Jon Jones. And here is my reason why for Jon Jones. The guy dominated his division, take off X amount of time, gains a ton of weight because he's going to heavyweight. He's got to bulk up.
3 years.
Comes in 3 years, dude. Comes in and dominates in such a fashion where you were just like, wow, this guy's the GOAT. Like, he might be I think he might be the great. I think he has a statement, dude, of being the greatest of all time. I mean, I just truly just couldn't believe Jon Jones on how well of a performance, spectacular performance he did. I'll never forget that night. What about you, Rob? What do you think?
This is such a tough one because when you look at that women's division, I don't think it gets better than Zhang Weili. She's tough, she's gritty, she's nasty. You got to give it to Zhang over there in the strawweight division in the women's league. In the men's league, that's a tough one, man. That's a really tough one. You can make a case for Volkanovski just because he's been so dominant, but he lost to Makhachev in the last fight.
True.
What about Leon Edwards? Beat Usman twice, then beats Colby Covington. I think I got to give it to Leon Edwards, man. Beating Usman twice, beating Colby Covington to end the year, starting off strong in that welterweight division. I think I have to give it to Leon Edwards for the men's division. But there's so many great choices. Like you said, Jon Jones, coming off, finally fighting and just dominating in the first round, Cyril Gane to get and claim that belt. But if you look at his interim champion, Tom Aspinall, he came back from a nasty knee injury, and he looked dominant. I believe it was the first round too, where he finished and won that belt. There's a lot of good choices on here, Ray.
Oh man, I mean, you could even say Islam Makhachev. I mean, come on, man. The guy's having one of the most dominant. But the only reason why I don't put him in that category, and I'd love to hear what you have to say about this, Ravi. I get it. Charles Oliveira is fantastic at what he does. He's an amazing fighter. I'm not taking anything away from him. I just look like Islam, and I just don't think anybody is really like, oh man, like in that division. I'm not like, I just don't. Maybe there might be some guys up and coming who can take him on, but I just kind of don't see anybody in that division that's like scary. Like. I just kind of don't see it. I don't know why. I just think Islam is just so ahead of everybody. It's just kind of like one of those divisions. Kind of like, do you remember where Mighty Mouse? How Mighty Mouse was just so dominant in his division. Mm-hmm. Like it didn't even matter. Like it didn't even matter who was in the division. Like he was gonna run through them all.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like Islam's in the same place. He's just so dominant. and that's just because he's just a fantastic fighter, and I give
Yeah.
him nothing but respect, man. I really do. But I'm just waiting for that person to come in there, kind of like a, I'm trying to think of like a big fight, like the Connor and
Mike
the
Chandler.
Eagle. Yeah. Oh no, I'm saying before.
Oh, sorry.
Not Michael
Connor
Chandler.
and Habib. Yeah.
Habib, like something huge like that, where you're like, wow, these guys are gonna collide, like the stars are gonna collide, like oh my gosh, because and I just don't see anybody for him, man. I just don't.
I don't know if you've seen the rumors about his next fight. It's gonna be our BMF champion who deserves to be on this list, UFC, that you posted and is not on here. Justin Gaethje versus Islam Makhachev is next. Do you think
Wow,
Justin
how do you?
Gaethje? Do you think man? I love Justin Gaethje. I love me some Justin Gaethje, man. He's extremely dominant when you're standing up, but when you're gonna give your back to Islam Makhachev, to a guy like Islam who's been trained by the Eagle, you have to give Islam that that slight advantage. And he also, whichever way you had the fight, he also beat Alexander Volkanovski twice, man. So he beat
Ah,
greatest pound for pound and possibly the greatest in that featherweight division. I I I think I'm gonna lean with Islam on this one. Charles Oliveira, right? I mean, we had that fight booked up for what was it, October, before Charles had to pull out with a nasty shoulder injury. That's an exciting fight too, but Islam's been there, done that. He's already beat Charles. And I believe he submitted Charles. If I'm not, I know you finished him, but I believe it was a
yeah.
submission. So I totally understand. Islam is just so dominant over there. But let's give some love to Sean Strickland, right? What about Sean Strickland over there? He's feeling a little lonely.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I want to hear
Oh,
your.
I apologize. I was gonna say Sean Strickland. Man, like honestly, dude, like I just feel like he was a roller coaster, right? Like he was losing fights and he was gaining, like he was winning. Like I think I've seen him lose, like I've seen him lose in the UFC and all that stuff. And then out of nowhere, you just kind of see this development in his last fight where I feel like as a fighter, he really put everything together. Cause like if the way he fought his last fight was dominant, was it I believe it was dominant, right? It was a really dominant performance. He was kicking that guy's ass.
Before Izzy, he had a second round TKO.
And who was that against, if you don't mind me asking? Do you
No,
remember? Because
I can't remember his first name, but I remember he was like Magama. I can't even say it. Magomedov.
yeah, because I had to have you say it because there's no way I could. There's no way I could pronounce that. But even the fight against Izzy, he did tell me he didn't do a great job. I mean, come on, dude. From start to finish, he was phenomenal. And if he is this kind of Sean Strickland that can be consistent and stay that consistency of that level, dude, I mean, yeah, the sky's the limit for him. For me, there's another guy I think we're leaving out. I think he deserves a ton of credit. Alex Pereira, man. Holy crap. Dude, for him to go into Izzy's to fight Izzy, I mean, how X amount of times. I mean, he beat him the first time in the UFC. I'm not going to count the other ones. Beat him the first time in the UFC. Then in the second fight he loses, says, "You know what, dude? The weight's an issue for me. I'm going to kind of go into a little bit more my level in terms of weight." Goes up, the light heavyweight, becomes the champion day one. I mean, that just shows you, dude, that this guy is unbelievable. I think he could have easily went back and fought Izzy, but since Izzy lost, I just think it's just over, dude. Like, I don't think that fight will ever happen. I think he's going to stay a light heavyweight champion. Is there anybody in that class, Rob, that you see that can take his belt?
I mean, you have to look at guys like Hamzat. Hamzat's coming up. I don't know if he's really going to stick to that division. If he's going to be in that 170 division.
Yeah.
Oh man, who's Sean Strickland's next fight, Ray? Can you remember? Dricus du Plessis.
Yes.
Very unorthodox, very just unpredictable type of fighter. I think he will give Sean Strickland some trouble, though.
I agree. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something, man? How do you feel about Alexander Volkanovski? I mean, he fights Islam the first time, fantastic fight. It could have gone either way, right?
Yeah.
So for the second one, it was just Islam just dominated. I mean, he just absolutely dominated that performance. I mean, do you think that after that fight, do you think Alexander Volkanovski is declining? Or do you think he's in the middle? Do you think he can ascend higher than he is? I mean, he is, 30 something? He's in his mid 30s, right?
Yep.
35, 36. I mean, you're getting up there in age. I understand that. Let's be real here. I mean, that is a real thing. Father time does happen. They're in a tremendously physical, brutal, mental, emotional, crazy sport, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the body can only take so much. I think Alexander Volkanovski, to be honest with you, Rob, I think he's going to be on the decline. I think whoever he fights next, I think he's going to lose his belt.
Yeah.
If not this fight, I guarantee you next fight. How do you feel about that? Do you think do you kind of agree with that, or am I just talking out my ass and just saying some random shit? Because I would love to hear what you have to say.
Honestly, Alexander Volkanovski hasn't had much losses in his life, and you've seen that one loss that he got from Islam, how much that defeated him inside, and how much he woke up and drove towards the rematch. Finally got his rematch, I believe, on something like 11 days' notice or something, because Charles Oliveira had to fall out of that fight. And he looked phenomenal. I think he looked phenomenal for having just 11 days to prepare for the fight before he had to fight. But I think there is some real concern. Dropping 2 fights to one guy, is that going to haunt him? Is that going to get his mentality? I mean, you can make some kind of argument and say that Izzy might have gotten, Polish Power, Jan Blachowicz might have gotten inside Izzy's head. Ever since that fight, Izzy's been 4-3 in the UFC. It's very possible that Volkanovski could be on the decline because at some time, Father Time catches up to these fighters and they start going down. We've had some great champions, Ray, and we'll transition over here to which fights we're excited for most about 2024. But I mean, we do have some phenomenal champions all across the board, and I think every single one of these guys and gals deserve to be here. But let's give some love to Alexa Grasso too, Ray. Not only admitting Valentina Bullet Shevchenko earlier this year, then coming back and retaining her belt against Valentina Shevchenko, the lady that the people were saying is better than Amanda Nunes, then better than Ronda Rousey, then better than Holly Holm. She's the best of all time. She's undefeatable. Alexa Grasso snatched that belt from Valentina and kept that belt away from Valentina.
She did, dude. I am so excited to see, what's next for her in 2024. I'm so excited to see. Is there anybody in that division, Rob, in the flyweight division, do you see Alexa having a hard time with? Is there any challenger that makes you kind of go, damn, I want to see that fight?
There's the women's division. I feel like we had it so good for so many years, but I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if it's Amanda Nunes that was holding the belt just too long that kind of caused all this, but the women's division just hasn't sparked like it used to at one point, and I really hope they can get back to that. I think that will be really exciting. I think someone you also have to consider is maybe Zhang, maybe wanting to go up and fight Alexa Grasso in that division. Valentina Shevchenko, I don't know if Juliana Pena can make that division, that weight class or not. Aaron Blanchfield is over there. There's really nobody. I mean, maybe you can compare Jessica Andrade. She's coming up as well, but I think it's just Valentina or Zhang that can take that belt away.
Wow. Wouldn't that be a crazy fight, dude? Zhang versus Alexa. I mean, come on, man. You can't get more fireworks than that. I mean, that's a pay-per-view. That's something that I would tune into. I would definitely watch that fight 1000%. Man, I gotta give one shout out before we move on. What about Sean O'Malley?
Sugar
Sean, man. What a year for him, dude. What a year for that man. I mean, dude, he is dominating everybody. He's talking. I mean, he's talking a lot of trash, but he's
I love
backing it
it.
up,
I
right?
love it.
He's kind of pulling that Conor McGregor thing where you're like, damn, like with the hairstyle, he's got his own look, he's got his own swagger to him,
Yeah.
and dude, I love that about him. I love that swag, man. I love his confidence, and dude, sky's the limit for him. Is there anybody in the bantamweight, sir, that you think, oh damn, okay, now here we got something in the bantamweight division that can take him on and actually defeat him? Is there anybody that you see, Rob, that could do that?
His name is Marab Dwavisheli. I can't even say his name either.
Oh, don't worry. That's why I had you say it, because I couldn't say it.
Oh man, I think Dwavisheli might be the only one that can give Sugar Sean a run for his money. I don't think there's any other fighter really left in there that would be a really great fight. I think Sean's next fight is Cheeto Vera, which Cheeto Vera did beat Sugar Sean, if I'm not mistaken, before. That's why Sugar wants this rematch so badly. I think that's going to be a really fun fight. But I really think Sugar Sean O'Malley, we're going to be going into 2024 and we're going to be going into 2025 with the Sugar Show. I think he's going to be still champion.
Wow. Do you think that fight could possibly take place in 2024?
The Sean O'Malley and Cheeto Vera?
No. Against the other gentleman you were saying, the one I can't pronounce his name.
Yeah, Sugar likes to stay active. Yeah. He'll fight at least twice this year. His fight, I believe it's in February with Cheeto Vera, and then after it's going to be Dwavishvili for sure. And Dwavishvili, he earned that number one spot a while ago. But let's just remind everyone real quick that he declined to take the title shot because he didn't want to fight his training partner and friend Aljamain Sterling. So now,
wow,
yeah. So now finally, Sean O'Malley's champion. No more Aljamain Sterling. Now Dwavishvili wants the champion, and Dana's like, "No, we gave you your opportunity. We gave you your shot. You declined it, and we're gonna move on." And honestly, I'm with Dana on that one.
Yeah, man, this game is a really, really tough, hard game, man. And I get it for these fighters. Some of these fighters are probably best friends. Some of them are just really good friends. But at the end of the day, dude, like your legacy here in the sport, all that hard work, all that punishment you've taken, you got to do it. You got to do it. It's for your family. Like, I'm shocked that he didn't take that fight. I'm absolutely shocked. Like, I get it. Hey, man, the guy's your friend. I understand. I get it completely. And, like, you don't want to, like, there's nothing that's going to be ruined of your friendship at all. Like, if you guys are just going to be humble about it, you're going to go in there, just do your job, go home, feed your family. Like, it's pretty sad. I'm with Dana on that. I'm with Dana's decision as to kind of punishing him in a sense, as to like saying like you should never take down an opportunity like that. Like, you're crazy to take down an opportunity to be the champ, Makes no sense.
I totally agree with you, Ray. And I mean, when it comes down to it, this is how you feed your family. Friendship needs to go aside. We've seen it time and time before in the UFC that friendship goes aside and they have to do what's best for business and what's best for them. He should have taken that fight a long time ago. He chose not to, and now, I mean, it could possibly bite him in the ass. I mean, maybe Corey Sandhagen might get it. Maybe Peter Yan might get his rematch, where I did think Peter Yan did beat Sugar Sean O'Malley in that fight, but the judges gave it to Sean. I think that's a great rematch also you can make. There's a few guys in that division that would be really fun to see.
Absolutely. And speaking of fun matchups that we want to see, is there any by any chance any fights that you're looking forward to, sir? That you're most excited about in year 2024?
I'm looking straight at that heavyweight division. John Jones, Tom Aspinall, the clash of the big boys. To see, this is John Jones' biggest test. Tom Aspinall, I feel like people are overlooking him. All he does is finish people. All he does is finish people in the first round. All he does is win and dominate. But on the flip side, I don't think Tom Aspinall has ever seen a man like John Jones. this is going to be a test of the heavyweights. We could see John Jones lose in 2024 to Tom Aspinall.
Wow. So can I kind of just so Tom Aspinall is, you said he just finishes everybody. Like, is he knocking everybody out? Is his punching power deadly? How is he finishing everybody? Is it submissions? Is he going just knocking everybody out? What is he doing that makes him so deadly?
He has 10 knockouts, 4 submissions, and 14 wins. What that means is that he's 14 out of 14. All of his fights, all of his wins do not hear the final bell.
Wow. So he's kind of like a Francis Ngannou, huh? You're not going to get to the 5th. You're not going to get to that last round. You're going to go and somebody's getting knocked out.
Ngannou's gone to the 5th round. This man.
Oh, he has. Oh, yeah. Okay.
This man, Tom Aspinall, Ray. I believe in his career. I could be misspoken, but I believe in his career. He's never even been in the 3rd round.
Wow. So let me ask you this, Rob. Fight night. Saturday night, 2024. Tom Aspinall versus John Jones. Who you got?
I'm taking Tom Aspinall. I'm saying it right here, right now.
Really?
Aspinall. Tom Aspinall. I love John Jones. I love Chandler Jones. I love Arthur Jones from the Baltimore Ravens. I loved the Jones brothers. I grew up watching John Jones. I grew up watching the Jones brothers.
Yeah.
But Tom Aspinall is here to stay. 5 round finishes in his last 5 fights. I gotta ask you, Ray. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say if John Jones loses to Tom Aspinall, let's say he gets knocked out, right? He just gets knocked out, doesn't even go 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Does that hurt John Jones's legacy?
Absolutely not.
As being the GOAT.
Absolutely not.
Because what if John Jones either submits and or knocks out Tom Aspinall? Does that cement John Jones in a status where you can consider him on the, obviously, as far as the Mount Rushmore goes, who's number 1, right? In basketball, we always say Jordan, Michael Jordan, whatever. I mean, I know that's a big debate, but for John Jones, do you think that could get him to number 1 if he's already not at number 1?
I absolutely. I totally do.
Yeah.
And it's just because he came in to a heavyweight division after a 3-year layoff. And if he dominates Cyril Gane the way he did, and then comes in and dominates Tom Aspinall the way he did to Cyril Gane, John Jones, there's so much debates out. But when you ask Dana who's the greatest of all time, it's John Jones. I don't think this hurts his legacy one bit. I think this only can help his legacy excel if he wins this fight. And I don't think there will be a debate. Is it Khabib or is it John Jones? If John Jones wins this fight, I think this will be the greatest UFC fighter to ever live if he wins this fight.
I agree. I know you said Khabib, man. I just can't put Khabib in the top Mount Rushmore because of the way he.
That's why I said it.
I understand. I understand why. I mean, dude, he retired undefeated. He had one of the most amazing careers. But I'm sorry. I just felt like the competition that he could have faced could have been a lot tougher.
Yeah.
It's not like he was a champion for that long. I don't think he was a champion for that long. Not like John Jones long.
Yeah.
So the consistency there, there's got to be something, like I'll just be like, okay, like he deserves it. But I get what you're saying. Like he can make a case for it. I can see it. I can see it.
I got to ask you, man, because we're running a little bit low on time now.
Yeah.
Which fight in 2024 are you so excited for, Ray?
I'm really excited to see Conor.
I knew it.
Look, man, I'm a huge Conor McGregor fan. A lot of people are. I know a lot of people are. But, dude, I'm excited to see him come back. I'm excited to see him first, Michael Chandler.
Yep.
And I'm excited to see how that fight's going to go. If Conor wins, I just think it's going to be really fun, man. Like,
Me
So, but
too.
I know Connor's weight, I feel like fluctuates, right? Like he started really, like he was really skinny when he first came into the UFC. Now he's like extremely jacked. He's pretty big dude. But
Mm.
like, what weight class are we looking? Or is he looking at Michael Chandler? Is he a lightweight? Is he a welterweight? Is he a middleweight? Like, what? Where is he
Mike
ranked?
Mike Chandler's a lightweight, which is at 155,
Wow.
which is the division Connor used to fight in. This fight, I think, will happen more at welterweight. I think this is going to happen in 170. I don't think Connor can make 155.
I don't
Not
think he
after
can.
those pictures that he was showing.
Nah, dude, I don't think so. Wow, could you imagine that, dude? Like a Leon Edwards and like a Connor fight? Like,
Oh my
hey,
god.
like,
Yeah.
wow, dude, that'd be pretty. I would like to see the Islam Makhachev versus Connor, though.
Yeah.
I
Islam?
feel like that group, like that group that Islam hangs out with, like Habib and all that stuff. I feel like there's such a huge rivalry there
Yeah.
that it's like Ireland versus like Kazakhstan. Is it Kazakhstan? That's or Dagestan?
Dagestan. I believe
Dagestan.
Dagestan, yeah.
And like, tell me that wouldn't be amazing, dude, to see
Oh yeah.
those like,
Those press
oh man,
conferences? The press
oh my
conferences?
god,
Oh my god.
let's go, dude. I would love. That's why I want Connor to win so bad. Like that's why I want him to come back to the UFC and dominate in a fashion to where it's like they can make that fight happen. I
Mhm.
understand the weight might be an issue, but if it's not, damn, dude, I think that'd be great. Or if he went to maybe a middleweight's too big, huh? Yeah, I think middleweight's too big for him.
Not for Mike. Mike Chandler could make it. He could. He makes an excessive weight cut. He could. He could do middleweight, but I don't think. I think that only helps Connor.
Tell me this press conference wouldn't be the greatest press conference in the history of the UFC. Sean Strickland going toe to toe verbally
Oh my
with
god,
Conor McGregor.
that would
Tell
be
me that
insane.
wouldn't be the greatest press. I think that might be the greatest lead up to a fight I think I might ever see in my life. I mean, just two guys that know how to chit talk each other, hype up a fight. Let's go.
How about for legacy, Ray? I know there's gonna be a big height difference in this fight, but what about for legacy fight? Connor versus Israel Adesanya at 185. Connor versus Kamaru Usman at 170. There's huge fights for Connor, but he's
I
gotta
agree.
win. He's gotta win, man. He no more losses.
Robbie, I'll be honest with you, sir. And I look, I love me some Conor McGregor, but as far as legacy, let's be real. Okay, he's not going to be in the Mount Rushmore ever in his
No,
career.
I love
He will
Connor.
never he will never succeed that.
Mhm.
However, if there is a Mount Rushmore for the most successful UFC fighter of all time, he's the number one. It might be him. I could put Ronda Rousey up there. But dude, he's just lost too many fights. He's gotten beat really bad a couple times, dude. I know Habib. We saw what Habib did to him. Just freaking mauled him, dude. I mean, damn. We saw him, fight Dustin Poirier. The way that went. I mean, the amount of disrespect at the end of that fight too, when he broke his leg. You know what I mean? Like, dude, his legacy. There is no legacy for Conor McGregor. It's all purely entertainment. It is all entertainment, and that's why I love it. Because I know it's just entertainment, man. I know it's going to be fun. I know it's going to be exciting. And just the moxie he brings, just that swag, like kind of like a Sean O'Malley thing. Like he gets you hyped. He gets you ready to go. And I want to see that, dude. I hope he wins. I really hope he wins. And I know we're running low on time, man. I just got to ask you this UFC question, dude. And I know you're a huge Izzy fan.
Oh man!
Please tell me about his legacy. Please tell me about his legacy, Rob. Is his legacy over? Is it done? Is he on the Mount Rushmore? Is it over for him?
That's so tough, man. He has one Grim Reaper, and he's on this board right now. He's the light heavyweight champion in Alex Pereira. That's his one Grim Reaper. The guy that always keeps coming back to him. But when you look at Israel Adesanya, he always got the win, but not. And he did dominate to some extent, but he was never that flashy on his fights. He was flashy outside the ring, and he dominated his fighters, but a lot of his fights were a little boring. I mean, we have to admit it right now. He didn't have a lot of finishes as a champion. I think Paulo Costa was the last one, and then I think it was Alex Pereira in that shocker knockout that he did after that one. I really think I don't think Izzy is on that Mount Rushmore. Please don't ask me who's on that Mount Rushmore because I really don't have an answer for you right now. That's such a tough question. I think Izzy's right on the cusp, but he needs to come back and he needs to come back and dominate in that 185 division. And I would love to see it because it's a good possibility. Izzy going up to light heavyweight faces his Grim Reaper one more time and takes that belt away from him this time. That would
Wow. Do you want to know my Mount Rushmore?
Can I tell you, if Izzy did that, he would be on the Mount Rushmore guaranteed. But yes,
Wow, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you gotta give him respect if he did that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Let's hear your Mount Rushmore.
I would say my Mount Rushmore at number 1 is going to be the Spider, Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
I got to put him at number 1. Course. 2's got to be John Jones. I'm putting John Jones up there. I think if John Jones wins that fight against Tom Aspinall,
yeah,
I got to give it to him. I think the way that you're just kind of portraying Tom and just the way that you're portraying how deadly of a human being that this man is, he's literally like an atomic bomb. He's just going to blow up on everybody, whoever he faces. So the way he's dominating. If he's able to stop now, I'm saying if John Jones is able to stop him in such a dramatic fashion, you got to do it. I will put him on. He's got to be number 1.
Absolutely.
I think right now he's number 2. Number 3, I am going to go with Royce Gracie. I think that guy, you got to give it to the legend, man. He's the one who really helped kick off mixed martial arts, helped really kick off this UFC brand, jiu-jitsu, everything like that goes into it. I mean, he's the GOAT. I mean, he dominated every single person you can think of, literally dominated. I got to give him that respect. And I think the last person, man, the last person's tough.
Can I,
dude,
how about GSP?
George St. Pierre. I'll put him at 4. I'll put GSP at 4. Thank you. Yeah. I'll put GSP at 4.
You have to have GSP up there. So
yeah, for sure. I heard he's thinking about coming back.
I heard about that too. That's crazy if he does.
Dude, that's crazy. I just don't see how he can do it, man. Father Time, the way I just don't see it, dude.
Yeah. What about Jose Aldo? You're not a big fan of Jose Aldo?
No, I love Jose Aldo. I think Jose is like one of them. He was probably dude, he was absolutely dominant.
Yeah.
But dude, the way his legacy took a hit after that Conor fight. I'm sorry. I mean, damn, the way Conor got in this man's head. I mean, I think he legitimately scared this man. And I will be honest, for how deadly and crazy that guy is, I have watched those videos so many times, dude. Like, you wouldn't even believe. Every press conference, every little small video leading up to that fight. It was fucking crazy, dude. It was insane. I mean, like, even the things where he would, like, go and snatch his belt, like, not even on stage, like, on TV shows. Dude, it was nuts. It was nuts. And yeah, I've never seen a fighter just literally lose. I mean, he lost before the fight even started.
Yeah.
And I think that hurt. That to me hurt his legacy for sure.
Since you did it, Ray, I guess I'll do it too. Top 4. Man, this is such a hard list because you can like kind of mix and match a lot of these guys in there. Number 1, man, I'm giving it to John Jones, Ray. I think he solidified himself even after what he did to Cyril Gane. Father Time catches up to every single fighter in here. It could catch up to John Jones in the Tom Aspinall fight. We just never know. We didn't see much of John Jones because he just dominated Cyril Gane so much in that fight. I'll give it to John Jones. I think I'm going to go GSP at number 2, Ray. I really do. I think GSP was just completely dominant in his time. Anderson Silva, and then I'm not a Khabib fan, but you have to put him on there. 29-0, dominating everybody. The way he just kept going, and she was just extremely dominant. I mean, you just have to put him up there for me. Though that's my top four. That's such a tough list, though. But I mean, I
Tough
respect your
list.
list, and you could be 100% right on your list.
Same with you. Same with
Yeah.
your list as well, man. I mean, it's fantastic. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. And that's just how much just love, man, that there is for the sport, man. I mean, come on, like all these fighters that have came through the sport, blood, sweat, and tears. You can't get it better than that.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Well, Rob, I got to ask you, sir. Do you have any last comments for UFC for 2024?
Yes, I do, and that is that nobody cares about this loser. But that's all I got to say about 2024.
That was the best ass beating I have ever seen in my life. I loved every second of it.
I know, I did too, man. But you know who's been getting his ass beat in the NFL is Russell Wilson. He's been officially benched for the next 2 games, right? Benched for the next 2 games for Jarrett Stidham, the former drafted by New England Patriot and last year Las Vegas Raider. I gotta ask you, how do you feel about the Russell Wilson benching in Denver?
Very, very pissed off. Very pissed off.
Let's
I mean,
hear it.
look, first and foremost, this guy is a 10-time Pro Bowler. Second, this man not only won an amazing... I wish I could win this award in my life. The Walter Payton Man of the Year award is a really for real award. That is such a special award. For those who don't know what that award is, that is basically saying that you're going out of your way, helping communities, helping charities, helping everything to help better kids and or to whomever, whether it's military, kids, it doesn't even matter. For him to go out there and to win that award, for him to be a Super Bowl champion, and for him to be treated so disrespectfully, like, I get it, dude. Hey, if his game, like, come on, man, Jarrett Stidham versus Russell Wilson, I'm taking Russell Wilson, dude, over Stidham any day. Like, I'm sorry, like, for Sean Payton to say that Stidham could do exactly what Russell Wilson can do, maybe better, is a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry. Like, dude, I lost a lot of respect for Sean Payton. And for him to come at Russell Wilson and say, oh, like, he's a celeb, kind of more like he's a celebrity. Like, he likes, we got to have him stop kissing babies. Like, kissing what do you think Drew Brees was doing up in New Orleans?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on here. Like, this is some BS, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I think from day one, obviously, Sean Payton didn't choose Russell Wilson to be his quarterback. The organization chose him to be the quarterback. And I think that from day one, when Sean Payton came into the building, he absolutely hated this man. He hated everything about him. And I feel really bad for Russ. I feel bad. I wish that man nothing but the best. Like, I get it. I can see him. I can see why people are so upset with him and things like that, because he's so great. I think he's a great player, man. And he's just, hey, man, maybe Father Time's hitting him up, and it is what his play is just declining. It's okay, but you don't have to literally. I mean, did you see the confrontation on the sideline with him and Sean Payton? Come on, dude. He never did that to Drew Brees, dude.
No.
He never be doing that to Drew Brees, dude. But for Russ, dude, just absolute disrespect. It's extremely sad. And honestly, dude, if I'm a player, I am not playing for Sean Payton, dude. Because look what he's doing to this man. I'd love to get your perspective, Robbie. What's going on, man? Like, what do you think? What do you see for Russell Wilson's future? And how do you feel about this situation?
To be honest, I really didn't think we were on the same side coming into this, but I'm so happy we are because I'm absolutely disgusted by what Denver is doing to Russell Wilson. Let me just read you some stats from the 2013 Seahawks when he won the Super Bowl to his stats this year: 243.5 then, 227 now. 27 when he won the Super Bowl, 29 touchdowns this year. 14 giveaways when they won the Super Bowl, only 13 giveaways this year. 4 game-winning drives, 4 game-winning drives this year. Russell Wilson is still doing great, but the Denver Broncos never gave him enough to be successful in Denver. Russell Wilson, not only just Russell Wilson, Tom Brady needed a good defense. That defense is not playing that great. Jerry Jeudy,
that defense trash.
Yeah, overhyped defense.
70 points, sir.
Yeah.
70 points
Never
they gave
forget.
up.
How do you beat a team when they score 70 points? You have no chance. You have no freaking chance at all. I mean, Jerry Jeudy can't run routes, and he was a route god apparently coming out of the draft. Cortland Sutton can't separate. And who else is left? The rookie Marvin Mims, who's fumbling the ball. Javonte Williams is the bust. Honestly, Russell Wilson deserves better. I am so happy Russell Wilson is going to get better. And Geno Smith tweeted, free three. And honestly, three needs to be free. And I gotta ask you, where will Russell Wilson be next, Ray?
Honestly, dude, it's so tough. I would love to see him in a Viking uniform. I would absolutely love to see it. I would love to see him on. I would love to see him on a lot of teams. I like the Commanders a lot. I think that the Commanders could be one of those teams that if they're looking to change their organization, like, let's be real here. They may not get the best quarterback this year. They may not get that Caleb Williams or maybe Drake Maine or maybe a J.J. McCarthy. Maybe they may not be able to get those guys. But they can maybe surround him with weapons. They can surround him with a lot of talent. And I like the Vikings, though.
Yeah.
I like the Vikings, Rob. I really do. I like that. I like that running back. I know Angel had said on the podcast a couple podcasts ago. I forgot his name.
Tyson Taylor?
Yes. Dude, that kid's a baller.
Yeah.
Pair that up with with Justin Jefferson,
TJ
Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, who's just a rookie, who did phenomenal this year. I mean, come on, dude. You got plethora of weapons. If I'm not mistaken, from I think 5 or 6 weeks ago, they were the top 5 defense in the NFL. Like 5-6 weeks to now, they were like the top 5-8 defense in the NFL. So that defense is rolling. That defense is going. I like him there. I don't like him in Atlanta. I don't like him. Yeah, the Raiders are tough because I don't know what the Raiders are gonna do.
Yeah.
I have no idea, dude. I don't know if they're gonna keep Aiden O'Connell. I don't know, man. I like Washington or the Vikings. I think that those two teams, I feel like they have a good sense of direction as to what they want to do, where they want to go. They got the talent. They just got to bring in the quarterback, and I think they're set.
I think I'm looking out of those 5 options that are over there. I think I'm looking at those 2 question marks. And I think those 2 question marks should be a New England Patriot logo on there. I really do.
Wow.
If we keep Bill Belichick, I would be open to getting Russell Wilson in New England. If Bill Belichick is gone, I want a rookie quarterback. I just think Russell Wilson to the New England Patriots, if Bill Belichick is there, just makes so much sense. Russell Wilson, a system quarterback, oh, his coach made him. Bill Belichick, oh, Tom Brady made you. And you pair that up together, the chip on their shoulders, I think it will only lead to just success. If we can get Russell Wilson some weapons, our defense is doing phenomenal still. We have championship defense. We do have nowhere near a championship offense. I think Russell Wilson absolutely elevates us. If we can retain running backs like Ramondre Stevenson and Zeke Elliott, if we can pair another receiver up with Demario Douglas, a true number 1, draft Marvin Harrison, New England Patriots, with that number 1 pick. Draft Marvin Harrison for Russell Wilson. Re-sign Hunter Henry, Mike Gesicki, fix the O-line in the draft. I think Russell Wilson makes a lot of sense for the New England Patriots.
Wow. I love that pick, Ross. I love that pick. And you know who else is a free agent this year who may or may not be back with the Bucs? Mike Evans.
Oh.
Mike Evans is a free agent next year. And also T. Higgins. T. Higgins is also a free agent as well.
Is he really?
He really is, dude.
I did not know that.
He's a free agent. Yeah, he's a free agent too, man. I believe he's because Chase is in what year 3?
I am not showing T. Higgins as an available receiver next year.
Oh no.
Oh no, you're right. He's a free agent next year.
All right.
Yeah.
So just saying, could you imagine Mike Evans? Just saying, Mike Evans, T. Higgins, or T. Higgins. I don't think you can get both. You can only get one. Paired up with Marvin Harrison Jr., who is dad. You remember his dad, right? Marvin Harrison Sr.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Indianapolis Colts with Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
oh my God, those slant routes.
Yeah.
Remember what he did on Darrelle Revis, that slant route in the playoff game? Oh my gosh,
Unstoppable.
I'll never forget that play.
Unstoppable.
But having Marvin Harrison Jr., Douglas, I forget his first name. I'm sorry. Is it Demario?
Demario Douglas, yeah.
Demario Douglas, who
Slot.
I think is fantastic right there, who could play
Mhm,
in the slot. I think he'll be
mhm.
a great slot receiver
I
with
agree.
those two paired out on the outside. Come on, man. You got something there. You got something now. Now we're talking. Now we're talking spicy.
We're gonna do a quick rapid fire, okay, Ray? I'm just gonna name a
I got
few
you.
receivers, and you tell me, are they true number one receivers for the New England Patriots next year? These are
Gotcha.
2024 NFL free agents. We ready?
Let's go.
Michael Pittman,
Number one.
Mike Evans,
Number one.
Calvin Ridley,
Number two.
oh, T. Higgins, oh,
Number two.
number two for T.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
did not like his season this year. And now I'm only saying that because I feel like he had a down season.
Mhm.
However, I don't know the health of that man. His health could have been really bad. So I'm just going off of this season from what my eyes saw this season. And I personally had seen a decline
Uh-huh.
and I saw a lot of injuries there. So when he's absolutely healthy, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Without Joe Burr and having somebody else pass it to him, I don't know, man. I'm gonna say number two.
Number
Plus, his
two.
injury history is a real thing too.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be paying all that money for a number one for somebody to be injured all the time. I don't know.
Last one, Gabe Davis,
Number two.
number two. So what?
Yeah,
You
and that's a
named
hard
out
one for me too
two
because I
number
really
one.
like Gabe Davis.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Two number ones. So the Patriots have a chance to sign two number one receivers this offseason.
They
I
do.
put T. Higgins in that number one column. I'm not saying he's a top 10 wide receiver. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying he's a true number one receiver on a team. So I am going to put T.
Yeah.
Higgins in there. So 2 to 3 number one wide receivers. Let's say one of them goes to New England, right? You have Russell Wilson. Now you have a top 5 pick. What do the New England Patriots do with that top 5? You go out double
Marvin Harris.
down. Yep, that's what I was going to say.
Marvin
Double
Harrison.
down.
1000% Marvin Harris. You have to take Marvin Harris. If you
Double
don't
down.
take him, honestly, Rob, I would fall. If I was a football fan, I'd probably fall to my knees and start crying. I mean, you have to take this guy. I mean, this guy, I have seen his games. Trust me, I'm a Michigan guy. I like the Michigan Wolverines. And Ohio State's our rivals. And I watched a lot of their games because I just love watching him play. I'll be honest with you, dude. I've seen a lot of his highlights. Phenomenal. I guarantee you this guy's going to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking over any other quarterback. Dude, this guy, he's going to be balling. He'll have I think he'll be 1,000-yard receiver year one in his rookie year.
Wow.
I believe in him so much, dude. Like, I think I called it when Jamar Chase I think he opted out for COVID, and everyone was like, "Oh, Devontae Smith, who was on the Eagles, he won the Heisman that year, coming into the draft." And I said, "Jamar Chase is better.
You did.
He's going to have a bigger." I called that, and I literally said, "Dude, Jamar Chase is the real deal. I think he should be the first receiver off the board." I've never seen anybody like that. I haven't seen anybody like that since Marvin Harrison. Since Marvin Harrison. Jamar Chase, Marvin Harrison, man, bro, let's go. Give me Marvin Harrison all day. If you guys get him, Rob, and is Ramondre, is he a free agent?
I don't believe so. I think he has at least one, maybe 2 more years.
Perfect. I mean, I think I would cut Zeke. Personally, I mean, I know you love some Zeke, but I would look to the draft. I would look to the draft to find some better help there. Somebody who can kind of either be a 4-2, 4-3 guy or be more of that power back, kind of like a Zeke, but maybe like a faster version.
I think we need
a younger version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys need some younger depth there, and some people who can kind of just go and ball out in a sense. And but I think if you do that, Rob, damn, you're in. I think you guys have a lot of question marks on the. I would say I get it. Your guys' defense is fantastic. I do think there are some question marks, though. I mean, John Uche if I'm not mistaken, is he a free agent as well?
Yes, Uche is a free agent this
So
year.
I love me some John Uche, who's going to go to the Baltimore Ravens, by the way. So we'll take all your
I
defensive
don't
players.
think I don't think he will because he's not John Uche, he's Josh Uche.
Oh, Josh! Oh, my bad.
I hope he
Horrible
watches
with
this.
names.
I hope he watches this and he's like, just because of that, I'm never going to Baltimore.
Dude, there's a lot of good defensive players this year.
Yeah.
I mean, that are on the free agency market. But the one thing that you guys have that a lot of teams don't have is salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have a ton of salary cap.
I think second
Bro,
most.
second most. And I would be shocked if you guys don't do anything from the offensive standpoint. I think defense, I would say a little bit of both, but more on the offense.
Yeah.
I did not like how Billy B used his money, used the Patriots organization's money to get Jonnu Smith, 2 tight ends, like the Hunter Henrys, the other kind of guys. I mean, those were they weren't even I get it at the time they were really good, but I think he needs to go after somebody who is consistent. Hey, this guy, we know what this guy can bring. He's an extremely good player. We know we can bring versus somebody that's can he fit in the system? I don't know. You got to bring in playmakers, man. You have to.
I agree with you.
I believe you guys can. I believe you guys can, Rav. I really do.
If this is only if Bill Belichick stays, I wouldn't mind Russell Wilson there. But I think if Bill Belichick leaves, the Patriots have to rebuild at that point, right?
I would say no, dude.
No?
Once again, it's hard to say it, but you guys have a championship defense. Mm-hmm. You really do. If Billy B goes, right? I think you really have to look at your team and really look at your organization and say, okay, if he goes, when you say rebuild, Brav, does that mean that you would trade Matthew Judon for picks? Does that mean that you would trade X, Y, and Z for picks? Because if you're rebuilding, I might as well get rid of all those players. Like the players that are coming up on their contracts that still have great value, why not just get rid of them? Kind of like Washington did with Donald Payne, and Montez Sweat.
Yeah, Josh. Who went to the Niners? Oh my God. Chase Young.
What position? Oh, Chase Young. Yeah, like a Chase Young. Yeah. Would that be something that you would be just say screw it, right? Well, I mean, if we're going to be a shitty team for X amount of years, we might as well just get rid of these players and just rebuild.
I think our offense needs a full entire rebuild, even down to the offensive lineman. I think we just need a really big rebuild. I don't think our defense needs that big of a rebuild, but we do have a lot of older players, though, right? I mean, that's something to keep in mind. We need some younger guys on this team. It's a possibility the Patriots could trade back and acquire more picks to get younger guys. I think it'll be a huge mistake personally, but just judging by the Patriots' track record, I mean, that's a very big possibility that they could trade back to get younger people. And, people like Matthew Judon, I love Judon. I love Judon to death. I think he's a phenomenal player. And I'm so thankful that he didn't want to stay in a toxic organization like Baltimore and he came to New England. And, but I love Judon, but I think if we're doing, I don't think we need a full rebuild. I think we need a light rebuild. We need to get some of these older guys out of here and make a little bit of room for some more younger guys. I mean, we need to retain Kyle Duggar. We need to retain Josh Uche. We need to retain some of these younger players to keep it going. And we have Christian Gonzalez coming back next year strong. I think our D line needs some help. I really think our D line needs some help next year. And I can see us getting to some younger guys, but we haven't had a lot of success drafting younger guys too, So it's a double-edged sword for the Patriots. I mean, we'll see. I don't want to take this away from the Russell Wilson talk, though, Ray, but, Russell Wilson deserves a lot more appreciativeness than Denver gave him, and I'm just so happy that he's finally going to be out of there, though.
Me too. I think he deserves better.
Yeah. Absolutely. And who deserves better, Ray? You deserve better too, because last week, how many points did you beat me by?
Last week I beat you by. We had 5 games that we disagreed on. You got the Bears right, and you got the you got the Bears, and let's see, I'm trying to see here, and the Bucks.
Yeah.
You won 2 games. I won 3 last week.
Oh,
That means instead of
man.
3 games behind you, I am now 2 games
Dude.
behind you. I got the Ravens right. I got your team, sir, that you are wearing right there. I went for your squad. I literally said on national television in front of billions, not millions, billions of people. And I said, if you will not root for your team, I will root for your team, sir. And I did that, and it was the greatest freaking pick of my life. It was the greatest pick of my life. And then I forgot the last one. I don't know who the hell I picked. It was the Patriots, the Ravens, and then damn, I forgot the other one, man. I'm sorry.
I knew it. I freaking knew it. Deep down inside, you're a New England Patriot fan, aren't you? You want to wear this jersey. You want to wear this jersey, don't you? That's what's going on. I knew it. That's why you rooted for the Patriots last week, and I'm hoping you're going to take the Patriots this week too.
I can't wait for Bill Belichick to be our defensive coordinator. I can't wait.
Oh my God. All right, Ray, let's get it going. I'm still up 2 games. We got 2 more weeks, though. Anything can happen. I really think it's going to come down to who did better this week. I really do. But you know what? I went first last week, so you're going first this week. Lead it off.
All right, let's start off. We're going to start off on the left hand. Yeah, on Saturday. So on Saturday, we got a hell of a game. Man, we got an amazing football game. For all the football fans out there, dude, whatever y'all are doing, you got to watch this game. Mm-hmm. The Detroit Lions are going into AT&T, into Jerry's World Stadium to take on the Dallas Cowboys. I am going to go. This is such a tough one already off the bat. Look, to be honest with you guys, this is how this game's going to go. This game will be decided in the first quarter, and here's why. Detroit Lions are going to lose this game. I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys. But here's why it's decided in the first quarter. If the Dallas Cowboys can't stop the run, this game's over. It's completely over. The Jared Goff is so great in terms of play action pass, and the Detroit Lions are the 3rd best rushing football team in the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys have been getting their ass spanked when it comes to running, containing the run. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, dude. When they are in that stadium, they got a shield, and they got an Iron Man suit on or something, because they are unstoppable at home. And I think the Cowboys are going to win this Saturday at home.
Well. Didn't take long.
It's hard for me to say that. It's hard for me to say that, dude. I apologize for cutting you off. It's hard for me to say it because I love them Lions, but it is a real thing, Rav. When the Cowboys play at home, they are 15. They won their last 15 games. When they play on turf, they are just off the charts. Don't know why. But I did not like Nick Mullins throwing 411 yards on the Lions last week. I did not like that. So for me, I'm going with the Cowboys.
I got you. And I think this is the first week since we've been doing that. I am not picking the Cowboys, and we're going to get our first disagreements right here. I'm going Detroit, baby. I am not picking against MCDC and Jared Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery and Amon-Ra St. Brown and that offensive line, that stud defense. I am not going against them. I'm going against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going against Jerry World. I'm going against that 15-0 record like you had stated. The Detroit Lions, I'm going to call it that they are going to just run all over Dallas. I do think it'll be a close game, though. But I think I do think the Lions will be able to pull it out with a few turnovers from Dak Prescott.
Wow, so you're saying not 1, but 2.
I think he'll throw 2 picks in this game.
Wow. Oh, man, I can't wait. Get your popcorn ready, because here we got another good game. The New England Patriots are heading to Buffalo. Ravi, I got to ask you, sir. Nah, you know what? I'll go first. Let's go New England, baby. I'm choosing the New England Patriots again. I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills. I'm picking the Buffalo Bills to win this game.
Can I ask you why you're picking Buffalo now? Because we did beat Buffalo earlier this year.
I know, but they're at home.
29-25.
That's why I'm taking them. It's because they're at home.
I am
And the
going.
Bills play very well at home. They're kind of like the Cowboys. They have a really good home record this year, but when they're on the road, they're not the complete same football team.
Yeah.
So I will say just because they are at home, I will give them that advantage.
Well, if you want to get my pick, I did come out in all this gear today. I don't know if you can see my Brady jersey that you're going to be wearing in about 2 weeks when the Ravens are in the first week. The Ravens are in the playoffs. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills on this one. I think they're.
Shame on you! Shame on you, sir! I'm going. I just switched my pick. What if I switched my pick and they fucking lost, like the Bills lost? I don't know what you would do, Rob.
There's only one way to find out. I think you should change your pick. No, man. I do think Bailey Zappi got our offense going a little bit. I think our offense is finally getting a little bit better. Our defense is really good, but Buffalo needs this win. New England doesn't really need this win. They need to lose more, honestly, but to get a better draft pick. But I think Buffalo really needs this win. They're at home. I do think Buffalo's going to take this one.
I couldn't agree with you more, sir. We got the Tennessee Titans headed to the Houston Texans. For me, I think I'm going to go with the Houston Texans in this matchup. I like their defense. I don't know if CJ Stroud is coming back. I hope he does. I'd love to see him play. I'm going to go with the Texans. Who do you got, Ruff?
CJ Stroud is officially back. I believe he cleared concussion protocol. I'm taking Houston on this one too, man. I don't think we need to spend much time on this game.
You know what? For next game, the Carolina Panthers are actually traveling to the Jacksonville Jaguars to take on Jacksonville. You know what, dude? This actually could be a really sneaky game that Carolina could pull out because Jacksonville's looking straight trash. Speaking of that, Baker killed them, dude.
Give my guy some credit. Give my guy some credit. Baker Mayfield.
Wow, what a performance. I'm going to go with Jacksonville, but I would not be shocked if the Carolina Panthers pull out a dub.
I don't think the Panthers will pull out a dub, but I think this game can be really close. I'm with you. I think this is going to be a really close game. I'm taking Jacksonville also on this one, man.
Next one we got, sir, is the Cardinals heading to Philly. I think this is a pretty easy one. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. The Cardinals let me down against the Bears, but I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Yeah, we've got a few easy ones this week, and I think this is one that we can agree on also. I mean, Philly, I'm not going to bet against you and risk my my record that I'm 2 up on you on. I'm going to take Philly on this one also.
Well, I'm already down one game because Dallas is going to win. So this game right here, the San Francisco 49ers in Washington, is going to be huge. Brock Purdy coming back after that crazy, horrible loss, that throwing 4 interceptions against my Ravens. I like the Commanders in this one.
No, you don't.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I like the 49ers. I think the 49ers are going to absolutely dominate these guys. I think Brock Purdy threw 4 interceptions. I expect Brock Purdy to throw 4 touchdowns in this football game.
If he throws 4 touchdowns, does he go back into that MVP race or no?
It's possible. It's actually very possible. If he throws 4 TDs, how could you not? How could you not get him back in that race?
Yeah, makes sense. Go ahead and move it on to the next one, Ray.
Oh, you got SF too, right? SF.
Oh, sorry. My pick. Yeah, of course, SF, man.
This one's a sneaky one. Chargers are heading to Denver to play without the Russell Wilson, without Russ there. You know what, dude? Because of my hate for Sean Payton, I'm going with the Chargers. I'm going with the Chargers in this game. If I take an L, I take an L. It is what it is. But you know what, dude? I don't trust that backup quarterback. I trust Russ. I don't trust that guy. And I think that offense is going to be in more shambles than good. So I'm going to go with the Chargers. I think Herbert's playing too, right?
Is he? I didn't know.
I know he was injured, but he's been out for like 2-3 weeks now. I think he should be back. Not too sure, but regardless, dude, I'm going to go with the Chargers, man.
No, Herbert's on IR. He is not. I don't think he's going to come back this whole season, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn, that's tough, dude. Honestly, okay, I'll go for Denver. Damn it.
Oh no! You already locked it in, man. Sorry, I don't make the rules.
All right.
No,
All
I'm
right.
just
I
kidding. I'm
locked it
just
in.
kidding. I'm
No,
just
no, no.
kidding.
I just really don't like Sean Payton right now, dude. I just think he's rubbed me the wrong way, and I would love to see him lose against those Chargers. Dude, you know what? Give me the Chargers. I don't care. Give me the Chargers. I know I went back and forth. Locked in. It's sealed in the briefcase. It is sealed. The world knows the Chargers. I'm going for them. Who do you got, Ruff?
You know, the easiest thing for me to do is just to copy all your picks and then just go into next week with the lead also. But I'm trying to build a little bit of a cushion because next week I'm going to go first on making these picks. So I'm going to take Denver on this one. Jarrett Stidham, he did some great things in Vegas last year. I think that he'll maybe bring a spark to this offense that Russ unfortunately was not able to bring. Jarrett Stidham is probably a little bit quicker with his feet also. I'm going to take Denver. I would not be surprised to see LA win this game, Ray. I mean, they've been looking a lot better since Brandon Staley's been gone already, and that's without Justin Herbert still.
That's true.
And Keenan Allen.
Yeah. Is Allen gone for the year too? He's done?
I am not sure about Keenan Allen. Let me see. Keenan Allen is out this week as well.
Oh, damn. I really messed up with this pick.
Not too late, man. You can take it back. I wouldn't blame you, honestly.
I'll take Denver, dude. Damn it.
Yeah.
I'll take Denver. But I hope Denver loses. I hope they freaking lose. The Ravens, the Dolphins are heading to the Baltimore Ravens to take on Lamar Jackson. I'm going to go with Baltimore here. This game, to me personally, Ravi, is the game I circled on my calendar. Young Non had asked me, she had asked me, hey, like, out of all the games that you want to see next year, what would be the game that you would want to see? And I circled this one.
Mm-hmm.
This one, sir, whatever I said that was personal with the Jags, this one's more personal. This one's beyond personal. This one is a must-win for the Ravens. I'm not joking. The way that we lost to them twice in a row. We lost to them twice already. We're not going to go down 3-0. We're not doing that. We lost to them Thursday Night Football, where they blitzed us like 90% of the time. We had no answer for it. Then we versed them at home. Last year, we were up by 21 points in the fourth quarter, and we blew it. I think that this year, you're going to see a different Ravens football team. I think we're going to dominate this football team from start to finish. There's a lot of players out, though. I will say Odell hasn't practiced at all this week. Zay Flowers, he didn't practice basically the entire week. He had a limited practice Friday. Brandon Stevens, our corner, he hasn't practiced at all this week. Also for the Dolphins, Waddle is out.
Yep.
Jalen Waddle is out. So,
Mostert,
you know,
Mostert is questionable. He could miss.
Mostert's question is these guys are really banged up. Both of these teams are extremely banged up. And I'm sorry, man. I'm going to go. If Zay plays, I hope Zay plays, dude. I got to go with the Ravens, man. Even if Odell doesn't play or somebody's got to play. One of those guys got to play.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with the Ravens, dude. Who do you got, Rob?
No Zay, no Odell, no problem. I think Baltimore's going to take this one, honestly. I really do. Baltimore's just playing a lot better, honestly, the last few weeks. The Dolphins, they just finally got their first win over a 500 team last week. I can't trust the Dolphins yet, and I won't be trusting the Dolphins going into the playoffs still. But I do trust Baltimore, and I do trust Lamar Jackson. I'm going Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Our next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons heading to Chicago. I hope Justin Fields wins this game. I'm rooting for Chicago. You know, I know that a lot of I've been watching a lot of draft stuff, and personally, they all have Caleb Williams going to Chicago, which I think is an absolute insult on Justin Fields. Yeah. I love Justin Fields. I think he's a great quarterback, and I hope he continues winning. I hope for his success. So I'm going to root for the Bears, man. I think they're going to win this game. And who do you got, Ruff?
You know what? I totally agree with you, man. I think the Bears are kind of doing wrong to Justin Fields. They finally got him a weapon in DJ Moore. And, I mean, you've seen how great DJ Moore has been doing, how better Justin Fields has progressed. I really think they should have kept Justin Fields, to be very honest with you. I'm gonna go with the Bears on this one also. Yeah, I really like Justin Fields. I really like DJ Moore. It could be because I have DJ Moore in fantasy, but I already lost anyways last week, so it doesn't matter. But I really like the Bears offense, so I'm gonna go with the Bears on this one also. And I don't like Arthur Smith at all, man. I hate Arthur
Yeah,
Smith.
he's got to go.
Yeah,
He's got to go. I think we got a really good game on our hands for this upcoming week. The Raiders taking on Gardner Minshew and the freaking Indianapolis Colts. What a game is this one's going to be. I think this one could be low-key, sneaky, down to the wire, down to a field goal kind of game. I'm going to go with the Colts still, but I would not be shocked if the the Las Vegas Raiders, the Raiders, can win. But yeah, I definitely agree with the Colts on this one.
How can you trust a team where their quarterback last completion was in the first quarter with 2 minutes still left in there? No completions in the second, third, and fourth quarter. It's really hard to trust the Raiders on that one. Raiders, both of it is a must-win game. Antonio Pierce 4-3 since he's taken over. Oh man, I wanted to take the Colts, Ray, but I want to get some separation from you, and it's tempting to take the Raiders on this one. But I really like Gardner Minshew and the Colts. I'm gonna take Gardner Minshew and the Colts also.
I think it's the best decision, and I really do. The LA Rams are going to New York to take on the New York Football Giants. I like the Rams in this one. I just think they're playing damn good football, dude. I think they're playing really good football right now, and I think that they are a team that can give the San Francisco 49ers a run for their money in the playoffs if the Rams go. I really believe that. They're division rivals. They know each other very well. But hey, Puka, you got Cooper Kupp, you got Stafford, you got Kerryon Williams, and Tutu Atwell as well. So, dude, San Francisco says they got their big five. Well, they got their big five too. And they could put up as many points as anybody. And I mean, they could play hard, dude. They're a good football team. Who do you got in this one, Rob?
I mean, what are the Giants even playing for? I mean, it's Tommy DeVito. They benched Tommy DeVito, if I'm not mistaken, also now, right? Tommy Cutlets. Yeah, man, give me Stafford and the Giants as well.
Here, man, we got a good game for our next one. The New Orleans Saints are going to play Baker Mayfield. Give me Baker, dude. Give me Baker. You know what? Give me Baker. Give me Baker in this one. I can't trust Derek Carr. Sorry, can't trust him. But I do trust Baker more than Carr. So I'm gonna go with Baker.
I would have loved to see a Jameis Winston revenge game. I think that would have been much more exciting than watching Derek Carr play. But man, I love Baker Mayfield. I've loved him coming out of the draft and everything with that swag that he has. Got the guys together. Give me Baker, man. That was an easy pick for me.
Yeah.
This one's a tough one.
Dude. This one. The next game is really tough. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to Seattle. Geno Smith playing or no?
I believe he is good to go.
He should be good to go. I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I think Seattle's going to win this game. Pittsburgh did play very well against the Bengals. But let's be honest here, man. That's a divisional matchup. They see each other twice a year. They know each other very well. So it doesn't really matter who's at quarterback, who's not at quarterback. Those games are always – it's just – I feel like division games, it can go 50-50. Yeah. I mean, it's just whoever shows up, right? Comes to play, shows up. I like the Seattle Seahawks in this one.
Man, this is honestly a really tough one, and it's
super tough.
I can totally see the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game, but I'm gonna go with the Seahawks also. I just feel like they're just a little bit more hotter on offense right now. I just can't. I know Mason Rudolph. Everybody in Pittsburgh hated him. Now they love him again. I need to see more from Mason Rudolph before I pick the Pittsburgh Steelers right now.
And this next game here, Rob, is a damn good one.
Oh, yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals are headed to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, for those who haven't been paying attention to this game, have you heard what Jamar Chase said?
What did he say?
Has anybody heard what he said?
Let's hear it.
So he got interviewed. Jamar Chase got interviewed, and I believe he is playing. He wouldn't talk this much shit if he wasn't playing. They literally asked him, does anybody and of course the NFL player is going to say, no, I'm not intimidated or anything like that. But he kind of took it to a step further. They asked him, are you intimidated by anybody basically on the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Offensively or defensively. He goes, no one on that team scares us at all. Like not one person. They used to. He said like they used to when they had like Tyreek Hill and Kelsey was more in his prime. That offense is struggling. They're dropping a tremendous amount of passes. And Jamar Chase literally said they don't have one Jalen Ramsey on that defense. So, no, they ain't going to stop us. And L'Jarius Sneed on the Chiefs, I think he's a good corner.
He's a damn
I think I would love to. He's a good corner. I'm excited for this matchup. This is a real rivalry here for in the making. These guys see each other at least, what do you think, twice a year? I mean, in the regular season and the playoffs? Like, basically, you can call it a rivalry. Dude, I'm going to go with the Bengals.
Oh, my God, Ray. I was going to go with the Bengals. I swear.
Are you serious? Yeah. For real?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going with the fucking Bengals.
Oh, my God.
Browning, I don't know, man. Something about this Bengals team right now, the way that Jamar Chase is chirping, like, that he's talking, like, shit to this team and saying they ain't got nobody, they don't fear them. I don't blame him. I mean, there's nobody to fear.
No.
I mean, Kelsey's dropping passes. He's getting triple team, quadruple team. Every other wide receivers are doing horrible. Patrick Mahomes is not playing. He's not being Patrick Mahomes.
Nope.
And this defense is, it's a good defense. I'm not going to say it's a shitty defense, but it's like, nah, I just don't see it. I see this game going down to the wire. I believe it's going to be decided by one field goal. And I think the freaking Cincinnati Bengals are going to win this football game.
They're going to steal it too, man. Isaiah Pacheco's banged up. They don't have that run game going. And when they don't have that run game, they are not the same Kansas City Chiefs. And no receivers can catch a ball over there. They all go to the movie theaters right before the game and eat just a ton of popcorn. They got tremendous amount of Butterfingers. It's just absolutely insane to see. I think the Bengals, with a redemption game from last week, I think they're going to sneak away in this one, too. That's crazy. I would not predict that me and you would both pick the Bengals over Kansas City without Joe Burrow. That's crazy.
I couldn't believe that you were going to take the Bengals, too. I couldn't believe it.
Wow. I thought I was going to separate from you right here. I thought this was it. This is the game. I was like, this is where I get my two game up right here.
And I think we got our last game here. Sunday Night Football. Green Bay Packers are headed to Minnesota to take on, I think Nick Mullins is benched. From what I have heard,
Jaron Hall,
411 yards, and I think he had 3 or 4 interceptions or something like that. He had a lot of turnovers. So I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. I do like the Vikings offense. I think they have great weapons. Like I said, not Jamar Chase. Justin Jefferson, Addison, Chandler. I mean, I think they got weapons all over the field. I'm sorry. I just like the Green Bay Packers better. I think I like their quarterback over the Vikings quarterback. So I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers.
You took the Packers?
Yeah.
I'll take the Vikings just for the violence.
Wow. Okay.
Honestly, I might regret. I'm already regretting it, but I just needed to get some separation. I'm gonna wait. Who did I take? I took the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I took the Vikings. Let's go, Jaron Hall.
So for our tallies. So first game that we disagreed on was the first one. I'm going for Cowboys. You're going for Lions.
Yeah.
You're going for Vikings. I'm going for Green Bay.
Yeah.
I was really shocked about the Bengals one. I really thought you were going to go either I thought you were going to go KC. Who else did we disagree on? Did we disagree on anybody else? That's it, right?
Unless you want to keep that Denver pick, you can always go back to LA.
You know what? There's a part of me that's thinking about taking that KC pick. I like the Bengals, man. It's hard for me not to go with them right now.
I'm telling you, I feel like you'll regret it next week, Monday.
I will regret it.
I mean, if you pick the Chiefs.
Yeah. I'm sticking with the picks, man. I think it's gonna be fun. So these two games right here, Rob, are either gonna have me tie with you, and over the last week, it's gonna be do or die,
Yeah.
or you're a 4-game ahead of me, and I'm gonna be picking like all the underdogs. Week 18,
Hey,
I want to pick all the shitty ass teams. I'm gonna pick them all.
you got the advantage though next week, man, because next week, let's remind everyone, I go first. And you go behind me. So you can separate a lot next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man, I just would like to thank everybody so much for tuning in. I really hope that you guys had a wonderful Merry Christmas, and I really hope that you guys had have a wonderful New Year's as well. I just want to ask you, Rob, before we go completely offline, what's your what are you doing for New Year's? Any New Year's resolutions for next year?
My New Year's resolution is for the Patriots to get a little bit better. Um, I'm not really doing anything exciting, Ray. What about you?
Nah, you know what, dude? Unfortunately, I have to work, so I gotta get up
No.
at like 5 a.m. It's a bummer, so I don't really have anything going on. But as far as New Year's resolution, you know what I would like to do, man? I have a couple. For my personal self, I think I would really like to. I think I want to go back to the gym, man. I think I want to go back to the gym, work out more, and kind of get back on that train. I thought I had a good stint there, and I lost it all. But hopefully I can get it back. And I'd love to see the Ravens win a Super Bowl. I'd love to see the Ravens win a freaking Super Bowl. I'd love to see Lamar get that ring. And for me to go crazy and for me to have so much stress, I'll probably have white hair at the end of that. But that's what I would love, man. And obviously, just for any other New Year's resolution, you know, man, I don't know. Yeah, I think those are the two things. Two things for sure.
Absolutely, man. We have a lot to be thankful for this year. You know, we've been up and down on this podcast, but I really feel like we're coming together now and we're going to be as consistent as we can. You know, we're growing a little bit on YouTube slowly. We're growing a little bit on TikTok slowly. Our YouTube shorts are popping off a little bit. And we just want to say thank you to everyone that's liking and subscribing and sharing and commenting. And, you know, we just want to say thank you to everyone, honestly. And Happy New Year's.
And I love that, Robin. I'm sorry. I got one last thing, sir. For that one last year New Year's resolution to get 1 million subscribers.
1 million.
1 million subscribers. 2024.
We got a long way to go.
We do. We do. Oh man.
But yeah, I'm sure we'll get there, man. We have the love, we have the support from our friends and family, and I mean, there's nothing we can ask more, man. And we'll see everybody. Are we going to be on here on Monday, Ray, for New Year's?
For New Year's, you know what? If we're not here on Monday, we can make it maybe on Tuesday. I think Tuesday would be a better day. I know Monday is going to be a huge college football game. Ravi, your Washington is going to versing Texas.
Yeah.
What a game that's going to be. My Michigan Wolverines are taking on Nick Saban's Alabama. Damn, what a game. The game, I believe the Michigan and Alabama game starts at 2 p.m. on Monday. For people who don't know, the late game is going to be your game, Rob, which I'm really excited to see your Washington football team take on the Texas Longhorns. And I'm so excited, man. I'm so stoked.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And honestly, the only last words I can say is go Huskies, baby.
Oh, Huskies, man. I'm going for the Huskies. I'm rooting for the Huskies. I'm rooting for Michigan. I hope our teams are at the end.
How crazy would that be? I would love to see that.
I would love it too. And also, for those who are watching, you too, Rob, when you guys are watching these college football games, if you guys get a chance, pay attention to these players, because these players are going to be in the draft, and you will be like, oh, I remember that guy from there. He's going to go to my team. Let's go, you know? Mm-hmm. So I'm super stoked, man. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. Thank you. Rob, you got anything else?
I got nothing else, man. End it off.
All right, you guys. You guys take care. See you guys later. Peace.
Happy New Year's.